All right, guys, we're live. Let me just set up these screens. Let's go. Hey, there's the live, and you can see the chart. I'm just going to plug in the microphone. See how well this works. Hey, basically, I've gotten home and we've just had this big push. Now we've got a pullback. What I'm going to take is I'm going to take the first color change. So entry there. We'll go 1 bar stop. 1 bar stop. So it's looking for a bounce off this, and we're going to target the high. So let's see how this goes. The risk is well within my risk as well. So now we just got to wait, see what happens. We kind of did it as though this is one big bar, and then this is a pullback. And then this is the gift zone. We're looking for this to bounce off this and gift us an easy W. Also, you can see on the other side, the one that I managed to catch was this one, that bar, that short. That was earlier at lunchtime. This big candle happens, this big short, and then when it retraced, turned the other direction. I was thinking about going long, but the risk was just so big. But you can see that would have been a perfect buy. When it entered this, the goal was to try to run it all the way down to here. I jumped out a little bit early over here. So we'll see what happens in on it. This looks like it's going to get picked up soon. And we'll just go behind the bar. Yep, so we're up. So there's our 40. We'll target the high. Happy with this entry. This looks like a great entry. Get rid of this. I mean, the ultimate target would be here, all the way up here. So this will be the ultimate target, as well as some of these previous highs. This previous high from Asia. But we've got to get away from this section first. The better stop placement would actually be under this red line, under the 200. Let's see what the risk is to put it under the 200. Oh yeah, I can afford that. I can afford that. So let's leave it there. Let's see what happens with this. One, two, three, four, 5 candle run up. 1, 2, 3, 4 candle down. So now we want to look for another 3 to 5. 1, 2, 3, with a bit of a pullback. That's my cat meowing, if you could hear that. So great entry. I'm super happy with this play. Now, if we do get the move to the upside, we want to think about what we do with our stop loss. So method one is we could do a trailing stop loss, just go bar by bar if we get a big push up. It just depends on what the candles look like if we want to do that. We could use a moving average stop loss, which would then mean my stop loss is there anyway. We put it at the 20 moving average. we could do a big bar stop. So if we get one of these big push, like that's kind of a big bar. It's bigger than everything else, I guess, next to it. But if we had quite a big bar, then we'd go behind the big bar, kind of like this down here. That's a big bar, small, small. That's a big bar, small, small. That's a big bar. So with that method, you would have got stopped down about there on the big bar. The pivot pullback, you would have got there, 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 and then I guess you would have gotten out there. So you would have got a little bit anyway. Now I'll just reduce my, now that we're away from it, I'll just reduce it to there. I do like the fact that the 200 is underneath the 20 and we're in the start of the leg. So if we do catch this, this does have the potential to go quite a long way. I will more than likely only be taking this one trade tonight. Got a couple of things I want to do tonight. Don't want to be here all trading all night. And also you can see this market has kind of been a little bit difficult to trade lately. I may start on the US equities as well. They tend to just be a lot easier to trade. I'll see if I can pull up my chart. Where are we? So for example, this is Tesla, this is the 2 minute, this is from last night. So we've got the opening candle there. You want to be in short, how I've done it just there. And then you can do your stop method. So big bar. Yeah, we would have got stopped out pretty quick anyway. But if you can manage to let this run, you can see how far that had to run. If we check one of these others, let's see another stock. Let's have a look. Let's go to the watch list. Let's see what NVIDIA did. So if you were to go long there, that's the wrong position anyway to be going long. So you could have probably shorted there, but probably it's best to just have left this. I mean, you failed to follow through long, so even if you win an entry there short, just 1-to-1 on the short because the longs failed through. I mean, you would have eventually gotten paid. You can see it would have taken till, there's roughly a 1-to-1, it would have taken till just after 12. Actually, they said just after 12. Why did that switch over? It's weird. Oh, that's it. That's the opening candle there. So you could have shorted that. That was the previous night. That's funny. Yeah, so you could have went 1-to-1 on the shorts, and that would have paid. Yeah. So you can see Tesla would have paid last night, NVIDIA would have paid. They're a lot easier to trade. These futures, they just take a while to follow through, and there's a lot of sideways. This is another valid trade. This color change there. This is still the best color change. So this the one-to-one would have been taken out just then. That's a red bar ignored. So it's like they discredited this, didn't follow through short, continued for long. Looks like a pretty good close as well. All right, guys, this is a good push that we wanted, but we do want some follow through. So there's still a minute left. There's nothing to trade in the opposite direction anyway. So we're just going to let this one go and see where it takes us. There we go. There's the great follow through. Now that's a really good candle. So I'm just going to bring break to stop loss to break even. Because that's a really good candle. We want to see follow through with this. Obviously, if this just turns around and wipes it all out, and this move isn't meant to be, sometimes you get stopped out a little bit early anyway. Which might be what's going to happen here. See, even that's a great close. I'm moving that stop loss 5-minute entry. I'm going to move it back down here. Because the 5-minute looks really, really good. Okay, so we'll keep the original stop loss. Because what's also happening is we're still at this blue line, so we're yet to crash through this. You look like a pretty chill cat. You getting chunky. You little chunky monkey. It's funny because she likes climbing up on that now. You're always there, eating you. Hold on. What's over here? Now, the fact that this has been going nowhere for so long is very, very annoying, but I still do really like this trade. Well, that was crazy close again, but golden rule, you don't want to move your stop loss, but this is a 5 minute entry. So you want to use the 5 minute stop loss. It's still within my $100 risk per trade. I just want to have it behind this anyway at this point. Yeah, that's really good. That's what I wanted to have happen. Now I want the long to come back through, which will be a new entry right there. Who knows if it will happen? So we're bouncing off the blue line. We've got support on the 5, support. Actual stop loss should be there, but the max risk is too big. So if I measure the risk, yeah, 140. So I've actually got a max stop loss amount. Max allocation stop loss is what I mean. See, that's another valid entry right there. They're both really good, but I do believe this entry is the better one. This will be a better entry to take. So these are the ones I've taken today. I took that. That's a very clear. You can see market lower forward and then new highs. Now waiting for a strong short, and then that's the first strong short. Which is what you've probably been saying here. No real new high, waiting for a strong short. Yeah, see, the market didn't really start moving until this one happened. Because I do believe a lot of people would have seen that. If you didn't see that, you might need to jump on here a little more often. Now we have to see what happens when we come to this section. So we'll put a couple of our lines in, because we do want to get a new high at some stage. If we don't get a new high, we're definitely going back lower. Let's check to see what the 5-minute chart's doing. Yeah, that's a really strong push. So I'll put a line on here so that it pulls up on a 2-minute chart. We do need the next 30 seconds to close over that line. So we need this line, we need it green over this. Yeah, that looks really good for long. Really good. So I'm going to bring stop loss to break even now, because that's the best bar of the move. We don't want to lose this. And then we're going to go bar by bar, but we do want a big push through. And we do need the same thing, we do need a strong close. Now I'm going to bring the stop loss to there, because we did knock on the new high. Well, that high level. So we do want some follow through. We don't want it to just turn around. So there we go. That's what I was talking about. So that now this is better to put the stop loss just there. And we want a quick follow through. Once we hit this level, we have to see what happens with this level. But I'm probably going to go big bar. I'll probably do a big bar stop loss. I'll see if I can find what I mean by the big bar stop loss. Hey, kind of like this. If I bring this over here, oops. Like this. So there's a big bar. So you'll enter in on the big bar. And then that's the next big bar stop loss there. That's the next big bar stop loss. Next big bar stop loss. Next big bar stop loss. Oh, we got taken out. So I'm happy with that anyway, because I would have had the stop loss right there. So if there's no major follow through anyway, if these get stuck getting taken out, we're going short. But we're going to call it. We're going to call it a day. That's our one trade. So I believe it was something like that. That's okay. That's okay. Let's write this up so we can journal it. F12 color change of 200 MA. Yeah, so that was the data train. And so this is the problem as well with the stop method that I just used. Because if we do get a big bar that follows through after this, like we went to stop loss break even, we wouldn't have gone picked up just then. So you could keep it there and then we look for another big bar. And if you do get the big bar, there's a chance you'll catch this whole move if we do head up to that. Yep, and we would have just been out. So at the end of the day, it looks like it's a pretty good trade. Surely there's going to be some big clearing bar event coming up. See, if I didn't move my stop loss to below here, it would have still got hit. But that would be a valid entry, so you'd have to re-enter on that. Alright guys, going to call it. That was a relatively good trading day. Happy trading just like that. Don't want to overtrade. Stick to the rules. Good headspace. Now I'm just going to go read over some notes and get myself all prepped up to trade the US market. I will be paper trading it because you do need a shit ton of revenue of you do need a massive account balance in order to trade the market, which I don't have, so or which I do have, but I'm not putting it up to trade. Let's do another quick little recap over it. See what else we can pick up. So we'll go to the open on Apple. Sheesh. This would have been the easiest one ever. Power bar, flat, state. This cleared the highs and everything. Just like that. Boom. If you ran the trend, big bar stop loss. Big bar stop loss. You know, you would have got stopped out somewhere around here. Probably about up there. Wow, that was a good night to trade Apple. Let's look at Microsoft. Okay, where's the open? Yeah. You'd be inclined to take that. So it would have got stopped out taking this one. Something like that. Would have got stopped out, but if it fails to go short, it usually will go massive the other direction. That's right. Generally, I don't like them too close to the rest of the data or the candles. We'll see if there's anything that looks similar. I guess that's the opening candle. See how there's opening up in that zone? In this little zone here. Just like Microsoft, this also failed to go short. And then it went massively the other direction. Yeah, see this cleared all the data. So that was all the previous data. This cleared it in a better position. That's more how you want to take it. These are kind of trending down, so you've got to be a lot more careful. Yeah, you've got to be a lot more careful. Hey, let's check what else we got. Let's go for Google. Let's go for Baba Hood. Is that the opening candle? It is. So you draw the data like this. Yeah, so you could short that for sure. Short just below. So the one-to-one will be paid, which is good. You would have probably moved stop loss here anyway, so you've got a little bit of profit just there. Because you want to see that'd be a big bar stop loss. Bubba. So little Bubba. Yep, you could go short on this one for sure. 1-to-1s. So look. Would have got stopped out on that for sure. Mirror. It's too close to that zone that I was talking about. Like this second candle would be better. If the first one opened where the second one is, it would have been much better. Okay, let's have a look. So yeah, you could have shorted this one, but you wouldn't have got picked up. Yep, you could short that one. Would you have got the full 1-to-1? Basically, you'd have got close enough. MNQ. Green takes out a red. So you probably could have been in long on this spot, where the green takes out a red. We got a real tight MSTR. Let's see what the price this is at. Oof. That opened up low, 120. Shortable event for sure. 7 1-to-1 is. We got stopped out unless you brought your stop loss to break even, which might have been the way to do it anyway. Let's have a look at the MNQ. Sheesh. A little bit of sideways action. Alright guys, going to call that heavy trading.